Woo! Mud SWAT first in the house. How you doing, my friend? It's Susie Q96, and I'm almost human. This is strange. I'm not coming on camera though, because I don't look too hot. It'll be better soon. I'll tell you all about it in a little bit after some folks get in here. In the interim. Oh, excuse me. I should have made coffee. Uh, Let me do that real quick, and I'll be right back. Hold down the fort, Mud SWAT. Uh, doodly doodly doo doo doo. Hi, see archaeology Mike 007 in the house. And Shelley Lauren. Hi, Shelley. I believe this is your first visit to my funny farm. Uh, Elton Jones. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I haven't had a Monday night show for a while, so y'all can tell I'm feeling a little better because I'm actually attempting to do this. Mostly, I didn't get to the car wash, so we don't have any car wash quarters today. But I have that one book that's just missing a couple, so I'm gonna. That's gonna be part of the prizes that we are giving away for the 12 days of Christmas, which okay, Shelley. Yeah, and I have for the past several months, the few times I have been on, I've been pretty much dopey because they've got me on a lot of meds. So I'm lucky I remember how to log on to this thing. Uh, anyway, after a long deliberation with myself, I decided that uh, even though I don't have the volume of gifties to give away like I did last year for the 12 days of Christmas, I still have some pretty cool stuff hanging out here. So we will be starting that adventure on Christmas Day. I know a lot of people don't think that's correct, but it actually is. The 12 days do start on Christmas Day and run through January 6th. And then the next day is the Epiphany, when you have to make sure that you have taken down all of the celebratory decorations and eaten all of the food and cut open the king cake and done all of that cool stuff. So I stick with the real 12 days, and it extends our holiday and we get to have a lot more fun. So um, that's the way I like to do it. And we have prizes again, both for coin collectors and metal detectors. I got some merchandise from Nocta Macro, the detector company. They sent this stuff all the way from Turkey. We got some hats. We've got some. I think I have a pinpointer holster, some patches. Got a bunch of stuff in here anyway. Got some coinage, of course, including some silver. Jimmy Lacari, hey bud, glad to see you in the house. I'm so happy to see anybody in the house. Uh-oh, Mikey's doing it again. He's got his children tenders for dinner. Y'all just had to be here for that one. His autocorrect changed his chicken tenders into children tenders one night. We kind of had to question Mikey on that one. And we're never going to let him down, let him live that one down because it really was pretty funny. Um, anyway, I am not going to. Last year, I showed what the prizes were going to be. We're not going to do that this year because it was pointed out to me that Christmas gifts are supposed to be a surprise. So all I'm going to tell you, there will be handcrafted jewelry. There will be other jewelry and things that were donated. We got a whole treasure chest full of stuff from spray can coins, just incredible amount of stuff to give away from him. Got some stuff from John Jacobs, sent along some coins. I actually, my niece recently moved, and after she had already moved, my sister and I went over to finish cleaning their house, and we found all kinds of things, including some coins that they have lived all over the world. So I found I especially found Japanese coins because they lived in Japan a couple different times. So I did find a couple Japanese coins and different things. But there will be a vast assortment of prizes. And if anybody wants to send anything along to go in day 13, which is the Epiphany, the grand prize, you still have time to send it to my P.O. box. And I believe we can get Mikey or one of the mods to put that out there, the P.O. box address. I do have some pretty cool things to go in that Epiphany package, but anyway, I'm temporarily distracted because I am trying to find a link that I should have had already located before I logged my little self on. But I had a very busy day today and lost track of time. And so I did not get my link pulled up as I should. Here, oops. I got to get this link. And what this link is that I'm going to be putting up here is my crazy cat. Yeah, my crazy, crazy cat. Mikey, you especially will want to see this video because you started this. Last year, Archaeology Mikey and his mom sent a they sent a package for my cat for Christmas. And uh, anyway, it had this organic catnip mouse in it. I mean, catnip banana. And my cat just went absolutely goofy over it. He just loved it. Well, this year he got another catnip banana because everybody thought that first deal was so funny. So, for the first night of the 12 Days of Christmas, I'm going to have a comment video for an early bird drawing. and you will have to go make a comment on that video, and that video is M3 with his new banana. So let me get this typed in here real quick. And you must use the word banana in the comment to be eligible for the early bird prize. And of course, you got to follow all the other rules. But anyway, here we go. I'm going to post the link to that video. Yeah, I can't. Wow, that's really cool, Shelley, that your son was born on the Epiphany. I bet that was an epiphany for you, huh? Hey, James Eller, I'm doing as well as can be expected. I'll tell you what happened earlier today here in just a minute, and you'll understand why I said that. I can't see very well, which is why I have not been on. I damaged my eye back when I had my pulmonary embolism and I fell and I face planted myself. So it created something called a fast growing traumatic cataract on one of my eyes. And I have been waiting and waiting for my appointment with the cataract surgeon so that we can fix this and I'll be able to see and make jewelry and make videos and metal detect and basically have my life back. I can't even drive right now. I do go out and make laps around the parking lot here at the senior home just to keep my battery up. I know people think I'm nuts. I'm out there driving around in a circle. And I'm like, well, I used to race on a short track oval, so I'm just out there now racing on a little mini oval, going around in circles. But the last few days, I have been feeling quite a bit better. And so I'm making as much effort as possible. I can't go anywhere for Christmas, so I'm going to just do Christmas from here, and we'll see how that turns out. And I will get the commands up here in a minute. I got to pull up my Nightbot. I forgot how to do some of this stuff. It's been a while. So bear with me, folks. We'll be getting it done. Now, for my Nightbot to see who all is in here, you do need to post something in the stream, and I would appreciate if you do that so I can make sure I have everything working properly again. And let me find my commands, because I don't remember them either, Mikey. Okay, here we go. Don't mind me, folks. I'm just trying to find things. Okay. Mailing. Okay, I got it now. At least the one we were looking for. If you want to send me some mail, email or brick and mortar post office mail. That command is supposed to, there we go. U.S. Mail, P.O. Box 96, Galax, Virginia 24333. Email, it's SusieQ96@gmail.com. I thought you would be all moved by now, Mikey. So I guess you're still in transit. Okay, folks, I want you to talk among yourselves. Take this minute or two to go over, make a comment on that video, I am going to run get my coffee out of the kitchen, and I'll be right back, and then I'll talk to you about that bag that you're looking at. We got to do that. I'm still here, just fixing coffee. Done in a second, or a third, or something. I got a lot of things to share. She's on her way back. Watch out, folks. Woohoo! All right. Got that coffee all built up. All right. Now, I was going to finish telling you what happened today about my eyes. I've been waiting for almost 3 months for the cataract surgeon to do the exam and evaluation on my eyes so they can tell me when they're going to fix them. And because I can't drive, I have to hire a driver. The little town I live in, we do not have Uber. We do not have Lyft. We don't have a taxi. This town is so ridiculous. Our little bus system stops running at 20 minutes after 3 in the afternoon. So they start rolling the sidewalks up then. So I had to acquire transportation to get to this appointment, which is at 1:15 in the afternoon. Well, 2:30 rolls around. I'm still sitting there. They've taken my paperwork, and that's all they've done. And so in the meantime, this driver that I have hired is sitting out in the parking lot in his car. And so I'm getting a little concerned about how much time has passed. And I go up and I ask, where am I at in the queue? And the guy comes back and tells me that the actual exam is probably not going to start until about 4:30, and it's going to take an hour and a half to 2 hours, which is going to put me after 6 o'clock in the dark about 5 miles, 6 miles from my house. And it's going to put this poor driver sitting out in the parking lot for 6 hours, and I'm not going to do that. So I tried to figure out how to handle it, and there really wasn't any way to handle it except to reschedule the appointment. And they tried to reschedule it from March. Well, because this is a fast growing cataract and not a regular cataract, by March I will be blind. So no, not acceptable. So after much ado and laying on every guilt trip that I could possibly lay on them, which mostly were legitimate medical reasons, and the fact that I couldn't have this guy sitting out in the parking lot at $15 an hour for 5 or 6 hours, they finally rescheduled me in the next town over on January 10th. So it will be January 10th before I have any news about when I'm actually going to be able to see again. So by the time all of that transpired and I finally got home, I didn't have time to set up my show. That's why I'm fumbling through all of this stuff. Hey, try again. How are you? Glad to see you in here. If y'all are not members of the channel or subways of the channel, I don't know about that. Not saying the word subscribe. I think that's stupid. But anyway, if you're not subscribed, please do, because you're going to need to be subscribed to be eligible to win the 12 Days Christmas prizes. So don't be naughty. Get over there and get subscribed and hit the thumbs up and do all of that stuff and help me try to rebuild my channel. I've lost a lot of it between April and now due to one illness after another. And I'm still trying to get moved to Michigan where the health care is much better. And I'm still on the waiting list for the apartment up there. So it's probably going to be spring before that happens. And, but it's going to happen because I had much better medical care up there. I cannot live somewhere where I have to go 125 miles to get to a doctor. It's at my age, it's just not reasonable. So let me get a sip of my coffee and then we're going to move on to something else. In the meantime, I'm going to click on this ticker here for a minute, which has the giveaway entries. And then we're going to talk about why is this bag staring me in the face? Yeah, it's an old bag and so am I, but you're not going to get to see me tonight. You're just going to get to see this old bag. I had committed to selling or auctioning off these bags. I had 6 penny bags, 6 nickel bags, and 1 dollar bag. Now, then my eyesight got so bad I couldn't really do this. And they actually belong to a cat rescue. They were found in a barn, and the sale of these bags has been going to buy things that the cats need at the cat rescue, which is called the Feline Funny Farm. And there are approximately 20 cats at the funny farm at this time. Some of them will never be domesticated. They are feral or what are called semi-feral community cats who live outside on the property. Most of them were dumped out there in the woods by people that are just too damn lazy to take them to a shelter or try to find a home for them. The others were mostly born at the rescue and are being domesticated so they can be adopted out. Now, to this end, of course, these kitties have to be fed. They have to get shots. They have to get spayed and neutered. They have to have warm environments in which to winter because we are in the mountains. So I had committed to doing these. Chachi, hey, so happy to see you. Woohoo, I'm seeing some old friends coming back in here. That really makes me feel great. It does. I have been so sick for so long, and it's been really hard because I spend a lot of time trying to support my channel and other people's channels. And when you can't see, it's really hard to do that. And I lost track of what was going on all over the community. I would pop back in for a few minutes and then I'd be too sick to do it. So I'm trying to do this Christmas thing. We had so much fun doing it last year. Anyway, back to the bags. The lady who runs the rescue, I I guess, doesn't think I'm selling the bags fast enough, and so I guess I'm not, but it was beyond my control. But I believe in the cause. So anyway, in a couple of days, I've got to take her the rest of the money that I have raised and return the bags. So if you want one of these bags, they're not all perfect. Some of them have some watermark stains on them. They were found in a barn. We do not know exactly how old they are. This is my personal one up here that I got for me. And anyway, rather than try to do auctions, which is just hard for me right now, I agreed with her on a flat price that I would be asking for them. Hey, Cynthia. So the bags are $25 and $5 shipping. I have I just recounted. I have 6 nickels, 5 pennies, and the dollar one is more because they're a lot harder to find. That one you can get for a $50 donation to the Feline Funny Farm. Now, since I've got to return these in a couple of days, if you want one, you got to get it now or, tomorrow, by midnight tomorrow, so that I can settle up with them on Wednesday. And I'm also going to uh, have somebody take me to pick up some cat chow to take out there. And M3's donating some of his that he decided he doesn't want. He's so fussy. So fussy. So I think I made a scrolling banner for that too. Yeah, here we go. Let me change the ticker and we'll put this info up here. And we will move on to something else, but keep in mind the bags are really, these are the real deal from the mint. They're not copies, and they're not the new really thin ones either. This is a heavier. I don't know how long they sat in this barn, but anyway, we got them. Kitties need food, kitties need love, kitties need blankets and neutered, and although some of the boys might not really think that's necessary, uh believe me, it's necessary. If she doesn't get them spayed and neutered, then more kitties just keep on happening. And a lot of times people will dump kitties out there with no mommies. They will dump uh, kitties that are pregnant because they don't want to deal with the kittens. And sometimes there's just not enough money to get somebody spayed or neutered, and they make some more kitties, and we don't need that out there. So that takes care of that little piece of business. Now, back to the 12 days of Christmas thing. Every day, somebody is going to qualify to pick a gift. And there will be more than the 13, the 12, and the Epiphany, because I don't like for it to get down to the end and somebody just have to take whatever's left. So there will be probably 20 gifts to choose from. And the ones that are not selected during the 12 days will roll over and become part of the Epiphany package. So it won't be where you're just picking out one thing, when it gets down to the end. there will still be a reasonable selection of prizes. We had some great prizes last year. People had so much fun playing the different games to qualify, and we're going to try to do that again this year. We will probably have at least a couple of nights of cats and dogs. If you don't know what that is, um, it's fun. It's a lot of fun, especially when people start picking critters other than cats and dogs. It gets rather creative. Um, I've got I got this thing here. I didn't, like I said, I did not get to go to the car wash to get any quarters because I can't drive right now. I'm I have a lot of double vision, and it's just not safe for me to do that. Uh, but I have a lady that comes and helps me right now. I accidentally took a big chunk out of my arm a couple weeks ago, so I have a nurse that has to come 3 days a week, rebandage my arm, and then I have a lady that comes and helps me do household things and runs errands for me. God bless her. She stood in line at the post office today, and she said it was lined up all the way out the door. But I'm going to see if I can. She'll be back tomorrow, and I'm going to see if I can get her to run pick us up some car wash quarters so that we can take one more shot at trying to finish that book that we're almost done with. Because as soon as I can put the last, I think there's only one missing out of it. As soon as I can do that, that will also become one of the prizes, a completed States Quarter book. Uh, so we will be working on that. And I'm just trying to, I am trying to get my channel back on track. Way back over a year ago, I had my 666 subscriber giveaway, and I'm only at 760 something now because while I was idle, they took a lot of things away. They took members away, they took view hours away. So I'm really struggling to build things back up. And so, oh yeah, and I also have Venmo. I did not get that in my list of the uh, payment methods that I take. So there's a good one. Yeah, they really took a lot away from me. They took almost half my view hours. I was up to almost 900 people, and now I am back down to 764. They even took my brother off my channel. That really made me mad. You know, he's like, "Aren't you doing anything anymore?" And I said, "Yeah, once in a while." He goes, "Well, I haven't gotten any notifications." Oh, that's another thing. They shut off a bunch of people's notifications. And I'm having people tell me, "Oh, I didn't know you were still doing your channel." Yep, they're, when you start creeping up close to that 1,000 mark, they start messing with you. And any excuse is a good excuse. So, uh, what I would really like for Christmas, to be real honest, I'd love to hit 1,000. I'd love to be able to monetize, to have those view hours and everything. So if you're looking for a Christmas gift for its Suzy Q96 and M3, there you go. Get me some subs, get me some view time. Uh, I'm hoping that we can at least get our original group of crazies back in here, because we used to have, what channels am I most known at? Um, gee, I don't know if that I'm known at anybody's anymore. Big Flip, Ravenhawk, Florida Thunder Digging with Rob, um, Indiana Tones. Some of them are coin channels, some of them are metal detecting channels. Um, Trying to think. Robert Ferguson. I'm a real regular on Robert Ferguson's channel. If you have not watched Robert Ferguson do metal detecting and gold prospecting and stuff, the guy is just so much fun to watch and find some really cool stuff. Real laid back dude. He's out of Huntington Beach, California, where they had that terrible oil spill a while back. I'm trying to get back into being on people's channels. Muscle Shell. I'm on Muscle Shell's channel. Pammy Jones. Um, Digging with Deej. I love me some Digging with Deej. That girl has been so supportive of me through my illness. Just incredibly, when all my hair fell out. This will give you an example. I was just freaked out. It, when I was in the hospital. Yeah, Handy Andy. Exactly. Um, Andy and I aren't quite as close as we used to be, but I do still support his channel on a regular basis. I think the world of Handy Andy. I even did a video not too long ago when people were messing with Andy about bullying because um yeah, I love Pammy. Let me see who else. Dreadpool. Dreadpool 26. I I have this tendency to wake up about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And lately, every time I have woken up, I've gotten up to take medication and stuff, and I'll find Dreadpool on, and I'll pop in there for a little bit at like 2 or 3 in the morning, when the stream is slow enough that I can follow it. There are some that I truly love, like Rob Finds Treasure. That was one of the first channels I was really invested in, but some of them are so big that the stream moves so fast I can't follow it because of my vision problem right now. And a lot of them I would love to be back on all the channels I used to be on. Um, Michael Kittle is another one that, and the Coin Crew. Uh, Yeah, there's still channels out there that I pop into. Yeah, Dred's viewers are tough. They are. But they make me laugh, and that's what I need when I am like really having a lot of pain and I can't take any more meds for 3 or 4 hours. And I will get on some of these channels and follow what's going on. Miss Southern Belle, yesterday I watched Miss Southern Belle shopping for Christmas cookies. I just I watch whatever I think is going to distract me from pain at the time. And pretty much there's really not a whole lot of people in the communities that I do not support, but there are some that I support more than others. Um, yeah, the Coin Crew, they are amazing. When I first got sick, they had a fundraiser for me because we were trying to get me moved to Michigan. And 3 days before I was supposed to leave for Michigan, I had a pulmonary embolism and ended up spending 15 days in intensive care. And my whole life changed from that moment. When you die and they bring you back. You have a healthy appreciation for what's going on around you. And the coin crew, you know, I had people say, "Oh, she took the money and then she didn't move." Well, I couldn't move, and the money is still sitting in an account along with money that came from me selling part of my coin collection, money that came from me selling some of my furniture. Uh, the money is in place and I cannot spend it because we set it up where somebody else is a trustee of the account. Two signatures have to be made before any money can be spent out of there. So, okay, Jaji, thank you so much for coming. Be here on Christmas Day, baby. You have a tendency to win things on my channel, and you know it. So, show up, baby. Um, anyway, that money is still in place. I am the situation had to change. Instead of going in the motorhome like was originally intended, now I have been on the waiting list for some senior housing up there. And when that comes through, I need to be ready to pay the deposit and do all that. And hopefully my eyes will be fixed so that I do not have to pay mass quantities of money for a moving and storage and all of that. Mikey, I'm going to tell you a story right now. I had a Garrett Ace 300. Then Metal Detecting NYC told me about the Nokta Macro Simplex Plus. And I bought one. It actually cost me a little bit less than the Ace. Now, for 2 weeks, I had both of those machines. And I took them both out just about every day. After the 2 weeks, I took the Garrett apart, cleaned it all up, put it back in its box, and sold it on eBay and kept the Simplex. The Simplex is basically the poor man's Equinox 600. It has a ton of the same features. It is waterproof where the Ace 300 is not. The coil on the Ace is waterproof, but the Simplex, the whole mechanism is. Uh, I'm gonna recommend highly that you go and take a look at the Simplex before you buy that Garrett. And I'm not bad mouthing Garrett, they make fine machines, but I think you'll get more bang for your money with the Simplex Plus. And I think Cynthia Swearingen will back me up on that because she has one as well. And I went through a field that I had been through like 10 times with my Ace 300. And I went through it with that Simplex and found an incredible amount of things that the Simplex missed. You've got another thing about the Simplex is you can plug it into your computer and download updates to the firmware. You don't have to keep buying batteries for it. It comes with a battery charger with a USB port. I just find it to be an incredibly big step up for around the same amount of money. That's just my personal opinion. But if I were you, I would research that because most people do call it the poor man's Equinox 600. It is very similar to the 600. Doesn't have quite as many bells and whistles, but just the very fact that the thing is fully waterproof is a giant plus. And when you get ready to do that, I don't talk about it much on my coin shows, but I am a Kelly Code Detectors affiliate. And if you buy through my link to Kellyco, my channel gets a little bit of money thrown back to us, and sometimes they will give us some little merchandises and things to give away. So when you get ready, whatever you decide to buy, get a hold of me. I'll see if I can get you a little bit of a discount, and we'll see if we can get a little bit of money generated into the channel that way. But yeah, the Simplex, go watch a few videos on the Simplex where they're demoing the machine, because I think you'd be happier with it. I kind of know how your brain works, and I really do think that that would be a better machine for you. So anyway, I'm off on my my tangent there, but I am a big supporter of that machine. It changed how I approached metal detecting. It's got everything I expected it to have and more. And and they have wonderful tech support people. So there you have that. So where are we at here? I want to remind y'all about the fundraiser for the kitties. The information's crawling across the bottom of the screen. If you have any questions, you can email me. Well, let me tell you, Mikey, I bought my Simplex. I bought the package that had the wireless Bluetooth headphones, so it was a little bit more for those. And I spent less than $350. So I can actually, I think I got the new catalog laying around here somewhere. I can look them both up if I can. Here we go. Well, this is the 2021. I have the 2022 here somewhere, but let me get on the right page here. Okay, I got. Oh, and also, you may have been in the room when. Yeah, it was the headphones that jacked mine up, Cynthia, because I did get the wireless headphones and something else that I got along with it, but yeah, it was less than $350 for all of that. And then Muscle Shell last year on the anniversary of my channel got me the other 2 coils and a carry bag and a bunch of goodies. And I'm trying to get on the right page here in the catalog, but I know it was under $350. And that included a digging tool and a hat and a whole bunch of other stuff that came in the bag. I mean, in the kit. But the main difference between the price of Cynthia's and mine is that I sprung for the wireless headphones, and that's because I have a little hearing problem. And okay, without the headphones, it's now $254, but with a discount, right around what Cynthia paid was $237. whereas I'm now trying to get on the page with the Garrett 300 to do a little price comparison. It's a lot easier when I'm looking online. I'm actually looking in the book right now. But yeah, I could not pack that 300 up and get it back in the box and get it sold fast enough. I just, once I'd had that simplex for a couple of weeks, it was, and it was a good thing to be able to have both the machines at the same time so that I could compare what was happening. Hey, legit, how you doing? You know, by having both of the machines at the same time, I was able to go over the same field with both machines and see what did I miss. You know, did I miss anything? And the answer was yes, I missed a whole bunch of things. The first 2 weeks I had that simplex, I found a sterling silver ring and a 14 karat gold ring in fields I had already detected before with the Garrett 300. So, you know, somebody started calling me Susie Simplex because I just really got off on that machine. I have two friends I detect with here in Virginia who were both using white machines. Now they have both bought Equinox 800s, but one of them, after playing with my Simplex Plus, bought a Simplex Plus as his backup machine, and he is no longer using his white. And I'm like, God, give me the white, you know. But anyway, yeah, I would just study on that, Mikey. Oh, cool, Cynthia! Yay! Good find. Good find. Good find. All right, where are we at here? I'm just making sure I covered everything. I'm not really going to be doing any coin sorting tonight just because my eyes won't. I'm trying to kind of rest my eyes up for because I'm going to have to do 12 days in a row. Oh, what's this? Oh, I found an Abraham Lincoln $1 coin in some of the coins that I picked up off the floor at my niece's house. I think we'll throw him in the box, in the giveaway box. Woo! Now we're getting to see the ugly side of things. There we go. Put that back up there. Get up there. There we go. So, anyway, if you want to send something to go in the tail end of the big giveaway, there's still time for that, I think. I think it would get here. And there is the P.O. box coming at you. And if you are interested in donating some money to the Feline Funny Farm, the information is going across the bottom of the screen. Oh, excuse me. Or if you have any questions about that, you may email me at, I'm typing. It's easier than trying to remember the commands. There's the email address if you have any questions about any of the other stuff. And on that note, I think I'm going to be wrapping this up in Yeah, I would really like to be trying to get my channel built back up. I worked really hard on it the first year, and then I started getting sicker and sicker, and they kept misdiagnosing what was wrong with me until suddenly one day I collapsed on the floor. And actually, they tell me that I stopped breathing while I was in the air flight from Galax, Virginia to Roanoke, Virginia. And I spent many days up there in Roanoke, did not have a freaking clue what was going on. I didn't even know I was home for 3 days. I was a mess. I couldn't walk, lost all my hair. It has not been pretty, folks, and that's why you're not seeing me on the screen. But I am going to tell you, somebody did a really nice thing for me. It has been very difficult for me to adjust to not having hair down to almost my waist. I haven't had short hair since I was in 5th grade, and that was back in the early 60s. So I look in the mirror now and I'm like, I don't even know who the heck that is. Um, and it my hair is not coming back the way it should. So a wonderful group, and I'm going to do a whole separate video on them. Most of the groups, Roanoke is approximately 120 miles from where I live. That's one of the reasons I need to get back to Michigan, where I can get to a doctor in 10, 15 minutes. Uh, there's just where I live is so rural. There are no specialists, and I need them. So I want to go back where I know I can have that, and also because I miss working with my band and a lot of other reasons. I have a bigger support system up there, and I just like Michigan. I do. I loved living in Michigan. It's some beautiful, beautiful country up there. Anyway, back to the thing about my hair. Most of the groups who provide wigs or hair pieces only do so for people who have had cancer or chemotherapy. However, I'm going to be doing a little video about this group, so I'm not going to give their name. I found one that does not make that discrimination. If your doctor provides them with the information um, that indicates that your hair loss was because of any kind of medical situation. A high fever can cause your hair to fall out. Certain medications can cause your hair to fall out. It doesn't have to be chemo, it doesn't have to be cancer. Well, this wonderful group had my doctor send them pictures, what I looked like before, what I looked like when I got out of the hospital, and all the hair was gone off the entire back of my head because nobody ever bothered while I was in there to groom me or turn me over or whatever. So all my hair either was so matted they couldn't get the knots out, or it had fallen out completely. So they sent these photos to this group, and I was notified yesterday that they have studied how my hair looked before, and that the doctor had confirmed that this was a medical issue, and they have ordered me a wig because it is going to be a long time, if ever, before my hair grows back in. And it's a vanity issue. Nobody wants to look like I get up, I have hair on the top of my head, and that's pretty much it. And it's so thin it stands straight up, and I kind of look like the Cookie Monster or some sort of Muppet looking thing. And I look in the mirror and it's just really depressing. So I'm really, really excited that I'm going to have hair again. I know that sounds weird and it sounds a little self centered and self serving, but when everything that you have going on in your life is suddenly just snatched away in a minute, anything that puts a little normalcy back into your daily life is a good thing. And for me, that will be looking in the mirror and not seeing somebody that scares the hell out of me. So I'm real excited to see what they have selected for me because it's got to be better than what I got going on right now. Uh, and oh, and I got to tell you one more thing. I got a man. I got a man for Christmas. Well, kind of. I got a chef man air fryer. One of my friends noted that I was burning myself because I can't my my depth perception is screwed up because of my eyes. And yeah, they had to shave mine off, Cynthia, because it was so matted, and we tried all of these things to get it out, and as they would try to get it out, it was just falling out in giant chunks. So this lady in the next town over just had to shear it all off, except I had a little bit on the top in the front, but everything in the back. Yep, I got a man, a chef man. It's a chef man air fryer. Because I kept bumping my arm on the oven when I was trying to cook dinner and stuff. So one of my friends down in Florida got me an air fryer, and I am in love with this machine. It's the new man in my life, the chef man air fryer. Ah, hey, I like to eat, but I don't like hurting myself. And I've already cooked a bunch of things in it because it didn't come wrapped up. It just came in an Amazon box. So I let him out and put him up there on the counter, and he's made me some chicken wings and some broccoli and some little mini pizzas and some onion rings. And I've made a couple other things in there. I can't remember what all I've made in there so far, but uh, anyway, I'm enjoying that, making my life easier. So anyway, I'm gonna try and get some quarters tomorrow, and if I do, I will before Christmas Day do a stream, and we'll try to finish up that one book so we can give it away. Um, I really appreciate everybody stopping by, saying hi, hitting the thumbs up. Make sure your notifications are set because you're not going to want to miss any of the streams for the giveaway because there's some really good stuff in some of those boxes. Yeah, a man who cooks. That is awesome, Cynthia. I don't even have to listen to him talk. I just push a couple little buttons, turn a knob, and I'm done. Perfect. Just perfect. All righty. So I will hopefully see y'all tomorrow if I can muster us up some quarters or something to sort through. But I really want to finish that book so we can put that in one of the prize packages. So, alrighty, gang, I'm going to run, probably go over there and have a talk with that chef man air fryer about some onion rings. Well, I'm glad my mods are still getting notifications because I actually, like I said, they even unsubscribed to my own brother. from my channel. So, and I've had friends, that I'd see them in other streams and they'd say, "Oh, well, we didn't know you were back online." So then they went and looked, and sure enough, their um, notifications had been turned off. So just double check, make sure your notifications are on. That way you'll have a better chance at winning those prizes. Can we raid Michael Kittle? Abso-freaking-lutely. I love Michael Kittle. I try to, even if I can't stay on longer than a few minutes, I always try to hit his channel. Oh, and by the way, Mikey, thank you for the little extra gift you had him put in my package. That was really cool. And I was going to give that away as one of the prizes, but instead I have chosen to give that away to my 12-year-old nephew. It was that set of the unusual shaped world coins. And I think my little nephew is just going to be really tickled with those because he really likes the foreign coins. So thank you for doing that. And let's go raid Michael Kittle. Thank y'all for coming over. I'll see you at Michael's. Bye. See you later. Thanks for being here. Love you too. Oh, yeah, one more thing before I go. M3 says send more catnip bananas. You got to go over to that video and make a comment on it using the word banana so that you'll be eligible for night number one's early bird prize. We'll see you over at Mr. Kittle's house. Bye, everybody.